For today's demonstration by Nerea, we're going to use the case of a medical insurance company located in Belgium that has just installed a call center which they have integrated with Microsoft Dynamics CRM. So this allows them to recognize callers directly from the CRM interface, as well as log and manage inbound and outbound calls. So here we have the CRM interface, including the view on active contacts. What I'm going to do is simulate a phone call coming to our call center from one of our contacts. So I'm going to use to do that the small application called a virtual telephony server, which will allow me to simulate a call from this particular number to our call center. So this starts the CTI application, and what this tells me is that this particular number is linked with 3 different customers: Alain Dubois, Bernard Durer, and John Wood. So I'm going to answer the call and identify the caller. This person is John Wood. So I'm just going to select the contact, which is going to link this particular phone call to the record John Wood. It's also going at the same time to open the contact form for John Wood, which gives me access to all the information in CRM, including all the history of interaction with John Wood in closed activities. And that's going to include a couple of phone calls, a branch visit, and a refund request. So I'm going to take a few notes about this particular call, and John Wood needs a document called a European card, which is basically an insurance certificate allowing him to claim medical expenses in other countries. He's going to Bulgaria on a business trip and is departing on the 10th of October. That's fairly soon, which means he needs his document straight away. I'm going to send it to him today and record that in the call log. So that's all I need to include. I'm just going to hang up, and the system is now going to ask me whether I want to manage this call in CRM, meaning I can convert it into a case or an opportunity, for example. I'm not going to do that. This is a very simple activity. I'm just going to save and complete it in CRM. What this does is create a call history log. That's a specific entity in CRM, which gives me not only the traditional call information, but also statistical data such as call duration, which could be used later for training purposes. As far as the close activities go, I have a new call from John Wood as well, which has been logged, and of course any note and information I've taken on this phone call have been recorded as well. So I can just use this activity in CRM now to do a follow-up, which in our case is going to be done outside of CRM. So I'm just going to use our front office interface to send him automatically the correct information, the European card he requested. The second case we're going to show today is a little bit more complex in the sense that I will have to involve 2 different people. So I'm going to once again simulate an inbound phone call coming from one of our customers. So this time the system recognizes that this phone call is stored in CRM, and the customer is Miss Sabrina Applebaum. So I answer the phone call, and at the same time the system will open the contact form for this customer. Now what she's telling me is that she sent us a letter on the 1st of August asking for a refund for 2 visits to her GP, which she hasn't heard about yet. So the first thing I'm going to do, of course, is go to closed activities and find out exactly what's going on. And indeed, she has lodged a refund request on the 1st of August. I'll just see what's happening. Now, this particular request may have to go to Tier 2, handling financial information. So I'm just going to go back to the contact form. I'm going to tell Miss Applebaum I have to put her on hold for a little while, and by doing so, I have of course created an open activity. That means a call that's still currently in progress, and I'm going to transfer this call to my Tier 2 colleague. Of course, in real life, I would use the phone system to do that. Since I'm using a virtual server, I'm going to use the CRM tools. I'm going to add this phone call to a queue, and I'm going to select the queue corresponding to Tier 2. They will be the ones handling this kind of request. Now, the phone is still on hold at the moment, So right now I'm just simulating the call transfer. So now I'm going to change heads for a moment, and I see in my queue that I have a phone call from Sabrina Applebaum, so I can just open the information that's been given to me by my colleague. I'm going to take the call and speak with Sabrina Applebaum, so I know it's a follow-up on the letter sent on the 1st of August. I'm just going to tell her that I know about this case, and it's as per our procedures, it's going to be refunded at the end of the month. So I'm just going to tell her that. I'm not going to take any notes because I'm going to use a template to fill in the required information as a call log. So I'm just going to hang up after thanking her for her time, and this time I'm not going to save and complete the phone call straight away. I'm going to first manage it in CRM. That's going to leave my phone call activity open, and what I'm going to do is apply a template to it. So I'm just going to apply a workflow to this particular phone call, which is going to be a refund that I'm going to generate, and the template has not been applied. So just saying that Mr. Applebaum was notified that insurance refunds due for the preceding month will be effective on this date, full logged on, and then today's date. I can now mark this phone call as complete, as a tier 2 agent, which will then make it appear in the contacts history, where I have a closed phone call with the log I've taken using the template. This is again a simple activity, even though there were 2 people involved. Only one phone call, one activity has been recorded in CRM for the resolution of this request. For the third case, we're going to illustrate the creation of an incident or a case, meaning that this particular request needs several activities and several people in order to be completed. So I'm going to once again simulate an inbound phone call. And this time, this phone call is not recognized, this number is not recognized by CRM. I'm just going to answer the call and find out who it is. And this is one of our customers. His name is Nicholas Maas. I'm going to do a quick search in my contact records. And indeed, I have a contact by the name of Nicholas Maas. So by opening the contact form, the CTI interface is going to recognize that I've just added context to this particular interaction, and it's going to ask me whether I wish to select the current contact as a caller. So I'm going to associate this phone call to Nicholas Maas, and what he's telling me is that he sent a fax on the 2nd of September asking for refund on a hospital stay. So I'm just going to take those notes in the call log here, and check in the closed activities whether that fax has been recorded. Indeed it has. So I'm just going to see what it says. There's been a scanned copy attached to this record, and I just noticed that this will need to be handled by our finance department, so I'm not able to give Mr. Maas an answer just yet. I am going to open a case or an incident and try to get it resolved within the next 48 hours. So I'm going to say that to Mr. Maas, and I'm just going to hang up, and after letting him know what's going to happen next. So by hanging up again, I create an activity in CRM, which I'm going to manage, which is going to open the phone call record. This phone call will need to be followed up by someone else, so I'm just going to add some more information here and say that it's refund request follow-up for hospital stay. So my colleague will know what it's about. I'm going to save this activity as a still open phone call, and I'm going to convert it to a case being an incident. Now I'm going to open the new case and deal with it, and at the same time change the phone call status to completed and close this phone call form I've just opened. The name of the case has been added, being the title of the phone call. I can just fill in a few more fields, like the origin of the case and the category, which is a refund request, follow up by, I want it to be done in 2 days time, and I'm going to add this to the tier 2 queue to be dealt with by my colleagues. So that's the end of my role as a tier 1 operator. As part of a workflow in this case, we have created an email activity that it's sent automatically when a case is created from the tier 1 responsible to the customer Nicholas Maas, advising him that a case has been opened and creating for him a case number that needs to be quoted and a commitment for an answer to be provided within 48 hours. So now I'm going to change roles once again and be the tier 2 agent, and I see a refund request follow-up from Nicholas Maas. I'm going to open this case that's been forwarded to me by my colleague, and I'm going to do a bit of research and figure out that indeed this refund has been processed and will be done in the next couple of days. So I'm going to use my call center facility to call Nicholas Maas. I can dial him directly from here. I am in contact since this case is already linked to the customer, so I can just dial Nicholas Maas directly from my CTI application. My VTS is on auto answer, so after 3 rings Mr. Maas will be responding. I am now speaking to Nicholas Maas on the phone, and I can just make a few notes stating what I'm telling him. Refund processed, will be effective on the 3rd of September. That is all I need to do right now. I'm just going to close my phone call. This time it's an outbound phone call. I'm going to click Save and Complete, which of course will create a closed activity and will also log the call history in my CTI calls, which includes all inbound and outbound calls. I can now go back to my case, and after saving any added information, I'm going to resolve the case to the customer satisfaction. The resolution was that the refund is indeed effective. The problem is now solved, and all that information is now visible under Nicholas Maas closed activity. Closed activities which include the phone calls, inbound and outbound, the email that was sent, and the fact that the case has been resolved as an effective refund. So this was a slightly more complex case in the sense that I have to include an incident and open several activities, phone calls, emails, and possibly others, which will lead to my case resolution. In my dashboard here, I can see all the cases I've been resolving through my call center with the level of satisfaction of the customer and other information such as service leaderboard or the types of cases I've been dealing with.